Hey guys, this is your girl Joey from the DK Podcast. Welcome back. Today we have episode number 13.1 where we will be recapping episode number 11.1 with my bestie, Cornell Titus. Thank you so much for sticking in with us as we took our summer break, but we back. So we hope you enjoy and we'll see you at the end.
Hey everybody, what's up? It's Justin and
Joey.
hey, we are back with episode number 13.1, talking about Joey's best friend Cornell. Great episode. We want to just bring greetings from Dreamcatcher Podcast Studio, aka Pittsburgh, PA, aka the crib. The crib. So what's up, Joey? We took July off kind of by default. So just tell everybody how you been. We did a blooper before. So we might get into the whole, was it roaches?
Yes.
That was in the room. Anyway, we're back. So here we go. So yeah, go ahead. So how's everything been going?
Everything has been going so well.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a beautiful, safe summer.
Mm-hmm.
Just had some time to spend with my family. July is a little rough of a month for me. It's like a bittersweet type situation.
Yeah.
My brother passed away in July, so kind of put a halt on some things. Did a little bit of traveling, which you'll find out if you stay to the end. Or maybe it's at the beginning. I don't know.
We don't know.
I don't know.
Well, before we go any further, just look at the people, look them in their face, and just talk to them and let them know that I really didn't mess up that bad.
I can't do that.
Okay.
It's like, no, it's like, no, it's like,
All right. Let's see how it is.
What I will say is Justin messed up that bad, but he redeemed himself. Absolutely.
Okay. All right.
Absolutely.
That works for me. So if you either at the beginning or end, we don't know. We talked about this. Long story short, somebody went away. I was trying to be the nice guy that I am. Long story short, got the room from hell, literally. And one thing led after another, but it ended on a high note and we're good. We are here, but let's focus on this episode.
Yes.
So we just did, or our last episode we did was episode 12.
Yes.
It was your best friend Cornell. We got two parts. We got his first part, what we're going to talk about now, and then we'll do another episode. But just talk to me about like how you felt about that. Talk to the people. Look them in their face. Be honest with them about how you feel about the episode and all those different things. You can give another shout out to them. So yeah, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
Shout out to my bestie Cornell Titus, and I was so excited to have him on the show. We had been talking about it for some time, and it was just, it happened when it was supposed to happen. And I'm so appreciative that he came and did the podcast with us, and that he was able to give out all the knowledge that, he has as an adult, a grown man, a grown Black man, and also, speak about some of the things that happened in his childhood, growing up and being a young Black kid, in the city of Pittsburgh and the different things that he got into. But yeah, like I'm so appreciative, and I'm so excited for, all the things that he's going to bring coming in the future for our city.
Yeah. That's really cool. He's a pretty good guy. I like him. I don't know why you guys are friends, because he's pretty dope, and I think you've just been riding his coattails. You know what I mean? I'm being honest with you. It was really cool to get him to come through. You talked about all the things that he's going to do in the city, and what he's doing now. But one of the things, and we don't want to get too ahead of ourselves, but he's actually going to be sitting on your board. So that's pretty cool as well. So
yes,
you will be seeing more of him. Let's just talk about that first part. Like, it was funny because, we were recording and I was like, are we like I got to make this 2 episodes when I was editing it. Right.
Yes.
So let's talk about him. You guys grew up together, a little bit about him. What else would you like to share about him?
So basically, I met Cornell, I want to say I was like 11 or 12 is when we ran into each other. And we ran into each other at the basketball court, Penley. For those who are not in Pittsburgh, it is a basketball court. Penley is the name of the neighborhood. Well, not the neighborhood, but like a building complex that used to exist. Now it's row houses, but they still have the basketball court. And we refer to it as Penley, but it's also known as Garland Park. I love basketball. I have a sports family. And so, down at the basketball court, I ran into Cornell. Like I said, I was like 11 or 12, and we just clicked. And that was my roadie. That was my bestie until now. We're still going strong. He spoke about some of the guys that I grew up with, that he ran the streets with prior to him meeting me. Mm-hmm. And, Pittsburgh's so small, and the east side is even smaller.
Yes, it is.
So we all end up either going to school with each other, being raised in the same neighborhoods, or just bumping into each other as we traveled throughout the east side of Pittsburgh.
Yeah. It's funny because I didn't even get a chance to say this, because I think, how old is he?
He is 43.
Yeah, it's like 3 years.
I think he's like, I think he's like 43 or 44.
Yeah, so I remember seeing him around the city hooping at different points. So
beast.
He was a monster. He definitely was a monster. So
very much so.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. So you guys were friends, and one of my favorite things about the episode was to see. It's funny how like you can be really good friends with somebody but still not know things about them. Like this has happened a lot. So like I even remember when we did the episode with Frank, your cousin. You're like, wait a minute, you went to jail? It's like,
no, but what's so wild? What's so wild is after we aired the episode, mm-hmm. a lot because okay, let me make this clear. Frank is on my dad's side of the family. He's my first cousin on my dad's side of the family, which is my dad's nephew. But my grandmother, my mom's side of the family, like we embrace.
Yeah.
So if you come around, you're part of the family. If you stick around, you're cemented in. So the fact that my cousin Frank and my dad and other people from my dad's side of the family, they were around more, so they're cemented. Mm-hmm. So like my uncles and my aunts, and Frank's older than me, so they consider Frank as their cousin.
Yeah.
Not their nephew, because he's around their age.
I got you.
So anyway, long story short, I wasn't the only person. That's the long story short. I was not the only person who didn't know that Frank went to jail.
Okay. All right. Well, Frank, everybody knows in the family now that you went to prison. So. All right, cool. So I mentioned that because you had another encounter during the episode. Because I talked to Cornell. So all of our guys. So the way this works is we pick people and we connect with them, and they're either in my world or in Joey's world. And what I do is I'll like just jump on a call to kind of pre-interview them to make sure they're a good fit for the show. There have been a few people that haven't been on the show, and they won't be on the show, but I said let's stop. So we were talking. So it was really interesting because we talked for like 30 minutes, give or take. And there was this circumstance around his wedding the day he got married, and you had no idea.
I had no, and I was there.
You were there, literally there.
I was in the wedding.
Yes, you were in the wedding, exactly. So you can be best friends with somebody and not know that they're getting the job on their wedding day, and that
right.
So you just got to check out and just hear that story. That was pretty cool.
Absolutely. So growing up, and him being my best friend, I spent time over at Nana's house. So I got to know his family, and his family knows me as Cornell's best friend. And they introduced me to people. This is Joey. This is Cornell's best friend. And it's like, yeah, I'm cemented in. Like,
yeah, you're in there.
So, I remember well, not all of them, but the ones that I was allowed to go to, Yeah. But I remember the cookouts that his grandma used to have. I didn't get the opportunity to meet the famous people that would come through, but I did get to experience it. Yeah. And like we're family.
Yeah.
We're family. So, I spent a lot of time with his sister, his grandma, his aunt, his cousin, who he calls his daughter niece.
Okay. Daughter niece. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So
even the family pets, and when dang, I can't remember the dog's name. I'm so mad. But when his dog passed away, and I found out later on, because I'm like, I can't think of his name, but
Dino?
where's the dog
Was the
at?
dog named Dino?
No,
Okay.
no, I can't remember. But I'm like, well, where's the dog at? And he's like, oh man, he had got older and he got blind, and one day he went out and ran in the street.
Oh man.
Yeah, so it was sad. And that was his grandma's baby. That was
Yikes.
his grandma's baby. So we go back.
Okay.
We go back.
Maybe we can figure out the dog's name before they ended up. So was it a black person dog name or a white person? Because white people.
You know what? I don't remember.
You can text them right
for the
now.
li-
And say,
I'm
"Yo,
about to.
what's the
I'm
name
about
of
to
the
text.
dog? What's the name of the dog? What's the name of the dog while we're here? So hey, another thing I wanted to point out. It was really cool to see you guys' relationship. Even how you maintain that. Like now he's married and you're like. His wife's like your best friend, and like you guys have a great relationship, and that's pretty cool to see. So I was thinking about this idea of friendship, and one of the things that was jumped out to me, because I have certain relationships as well, where there are people who have been through different eras, different parts of my life, like the beginning, the middle, and people who knew me when I was skinny, people who knew me when I was big, people who knew me when I'm coming back down, people who knew me when I didn't have hair on my face, people who didn't, before kids, after. So it's really cool to have people like that. And one of the things that I thought about was you don't get to choose your family, but you do get to choose your friends.
Yes.
Right? So when I say that, and you think about your relationship with Cornell and some other people in your life that you want to bring on the show, what does that mean to you around friendship and why it's important and why people need to have, people who have 10, 20, 15, 30 years with you through life? Like, why is that important to you?
It's important to me because you don't get a lot of those relationships.
Yeah, you definitely
right?
don't. Yeah.
You're lucky if you get a handful, you know what I mean, of people that you've been super tight with, that you could call family for 20 plus years. Once you find those people, and you may have already found them because you've known them since you were children. But, when you find those connections, you should hold on to them. You know what I mean? As long as that person is loyal to you and has your best in you know what I'm saying, in interest, you should really hold on to that relationship.
Yeah.
And you don't even got to talk every day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I'm going to tell you how you know when that relationship is a good relationship is when you could go weeks, months, shoot, I don't recommend it, but maybe even a year
or two,
and you don't talk to them people.
Yeah.
But when you run into them, it's like you never missed a beat.
Yeah. 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 That's good. I have relationships like that too. Actually, I got to see one of my best friends this past weekend at the Harambe situation. And it was
shout out to the Harambe.
Shout out to the Harambe, my man Teddy, and he got to meet my daughters for the first time. And
amazing.
Teddy and I go back. We go back to where Miss Av. Shout out to Miss Av. She's a Wilkesburg legend. She was supposed to be watching us, but she would go upstairs, and that funny smell would be coming from the room.
Why are you putting that lady's business?
Everybody already know what it is. You already know. You from Wilkesburg, you know Miss Av. But she's supposed to be watching me and Teddy, but me and Teddy's not together. We're downstairs watching Pulp Fiction at like 11 years old. Laughing like how we're cracking up right now, having a good time, especially when Marvin got shot in the head. So that's why we're not right now. I'm just being honest with you, Miss Av. I'm sorry for putting you on blast, but it's true. So, I definitely feel you on that. And it's friendship's a really good thing, man.
I mean, I got stories. Like I have stories of, I spent more time over his house than he did over mine, but my parents still knew who he was. But I got stories, man. We used to watch what was it, Rap City?
Oh my God, with Tigger in the booth,
in the basement.
Oh, in the booth in the basement. Big Tig. Oh my God. That was serious.
Stories, man, stories.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
that's-
yeah, like those yeah, man, those friendships are very important.
They are.
And another good thing about those friendships is that they could be generational,
yeah, yeah,
right? So my children or close to some of his children's age, because he has more children than me, but a few, my two, because I only have two, my two are closer to his youngest two. And, you know, they hang out. They play sports together. That's Uncle Cornell. Those are, you know, their cousins. Aunt Steph. Steph is my sister. She is the female side of him. So for that to be my best friend, it was only right that she was going to end up being my best friend, and we have our own relationship outside of him.
yeah. That's good.
Right?
That's good.
Sometimes I talk to her more than I talk to him.
Yeah, that's how it
And
should be.
I pray that, you know, as our children get older, that once they start having kids, that we continue that generation on and on and on.
Yeah, yeah, that's really good. So we got to hear a lot of his story, a lot of you guys busting up, reminiscing about stuff, and then we got to
Yeah.
really jump into like his life. So he talked about how he went to prison and how he did some really cool stuff. And we're not going to get into too much right now because we are
Right.
going to, on the next episode, we're going to talk about the work he does. But
Yeah.
I remember when we first started doing this, and we were just talking about who we wanted to have on the show, and he was one of the first people that you said, "Hey, I want to interview my best friend." So we know, obviously, you're biased because it's your best friend, but
Absolutely.
why do you think people like him, right, and what he's walked through? Why do you think it's important to tell his story and people like him his story, like your story, his story? You know, a lot of people's stories are similar to the people we're trying to reach and touch, but why is it important that we amplify his voice? People like him. Why is it important?
It's important because of that 180. Right? It's important because it's always nice and easier to hear it from a person who walked that path already versus someone who has no idea and they're just telling you what they hear through the grapevine or what the statistics say. And so the fact that he had a troubled well, not even a trouble, but the fact that he was mischievous in his younger years and he had to face the consequences for some of his decisions, and you know, was able to fight through, you know, his background,
Yeah.
fight through his background to still stay above water,
Yeah,
and you know what I mean, be able to support himself
yeah,
and his children and his wife, you know what I mean? And that had to be difficult.
yeah,
You know, I didn't have that same fight that he had for numerous reasons.
Yeah.
And a huge reason could be because I'm a woman,
yeah,
right? I'm a black woman, but he's a black man. So that stigma carries differently
yeah,
when you have a background.
yeah,
So I didn't have to fight through working in the fast food industry. You know what I mean? Until I found something better. I was given grace to, you know, continue my employment at the beer distributor. And then I had the opportunity to get into the post office. But, you know, you got to watch it so you can see exactly what his path was. I'm not going to tell you.
Yeah.
But, you know, it's important to have people like him on the podcast because then he could tell you how he fought through what he fought through and how he made it out on the other side.
yeah,
And how now he's becoming successful. Not that he wasn't successful before, because he was,
Yeah.
just in a different way.
yeah,
But now he's reaching another level of success
Yeah.
because not only is he, you know, being able to support his family in another tax bracket, right?
yeah,
He's also able to help people to reach back and say, hey, I got something that might work for you. You want to try?
Yeah. Yeah, that's good. That's good. Yeah, I believe in this principle of impartation. So my idea for impartation is you can tell your story, preach a message, do a podcast, but you impart who you are, right? And I think it was a good idea to bring him on because, I know Dreamcatcher's focus is on single moms who were incarcerated and who are incarcerated in their families, but you
Right.
can't talk about family without the aspect of manhood. And I think
Yes.
the maturity that he displayed, the stuff that is in his life, he's not perfect. I think I really appreciate just what he's striving for. Like he's hungry, like he's not plateaued. He's not just like, I'm gonna just coast off, but he's trying to do something. He's going to do greater things. So,
Yes.
as we end this, I just want to just encourage you, if you're listening right now, I want you to go back and listen to the episode and really hear about, this man's life, because one of the things that I've learned in my journey is that success leaves clues, right?
Yes.
So if you want to know how he made it through, how he did some of the things that Joey just talked about, just listen to that interview. Just listen to who he is. So yeah, is there anything else you wanted to share before we wrap up this episode? Because we're going to do the other part where we're going to talk about the work he does. So,
Absolutely.
Is there anything else you want to share?
Yes. So I again, I want to thank Cornell for giving us his time. I want to thank you, Bestie, for giving us your time and for sharing your story with our audience because it was well needed. I want to say RIP to Jamar and Jabbar that he had talked about, because those was 2 out of the 3 red schools that he ran with, and they didn't make it with us to this point, but they're always with us. And I want their families to know that we love them, we miss them, and as long as we're still breathing, we're going to carry them with us, and we will never forget about them.
Yeah.
I want to thank my audience for sticking in and not leaving us since we haven't been here. And, we're going to do everything in our power to keep pushing, to keep getting this message out. I had a conversation with somebody last night, and what they told me that they got out of this podcast from listening to it, they hit the nail right on the head. It's a message that needs to be put out.
Yeah.
And it needs to be put out with care and love and God. And, God is number one, and without him, it's nothing else. Your foundation, it will crumble. It will crumble. So come on back and watch 13.2, where we get into what we get into about, Cornell. And like Justin said, go back, watch some other ones if you missed them. Catch up.
Yeah. So we call this evergreen content. So if you just discovered us or you just found out about us last week, you need to go back to the beginning and catch up, because the train has left the station. I looked the other day, the top 5 podcasts are Dreamcatchers. I spit hot fire. Yeah, but we need you to get with it. You know what I mean?
Yes, we need you guys. We need you guys because we want to be Pittsburgh's number one. That's the first goal. Pittsburgh's number one.
Yeah.
And then I guess the second would be East Coast. And then the third would be Nation. And shoot, I hope to be worldwide.
So you mean to tell me you know other languages?
I'ma learn them.
Okay, all right. Cool. Well, hey, we just appreciate you guys just hanging out with us. Thanks for sticking with us. We are back. I'm looking forward to some new guests that we're going to have on the show, and just hit us up. Go to dreamcatchers.org. Check out what we're doing. We got a back to school summit happening pretty soon here on August. Let me just pull the date up. I believe it's the 24th. Yes, August 24th. So we're going to be dropping information out on that. So our goal is 50 kids, girls and boys, and we want to just impact them, impact their families. So it's not just going to be us giving you backpacks. We're actually going to give you some tools. It's going to be a summit. It's going to be an opportunity for them to, let out some steam, talk about their own issues, and
Yes.
there will be some food, and that's happening. And then next week we have a special announcement, a very special announcement for you guys, and we're not going to get into it right now.
Okay.
So yeah. So
And
that,
also,
that
with the summit, not only are we going to be reaching out with the children and having conversations, much needed conversations with the children, but we're going to give the parents tools on how to also have these conversations with the children outside of, dream DK.
yes,
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
So, yes, bring your children. We'll put the information out so that you can bring your children. Also, I'm sorry, we did not do, and we will not be doing the Memorial basketball game this year.
Yeah.
It was too hard, y'all. It was too tough. It was too tough. Not actually having it, but again, I'm still dealing with that, and that time, it's just tough.
Yeah.
It's tough, but I haven't given up on it.
Yeah, it's going to happen.
I'm going to put my big girl drawers on,
Okay.
and I'm going to make it happen.
Okay. Did the name of the dog just come in?
Yeah, but I don't think this is the right name. She
What is
had
it,
two
Marshmallow?
dogs.
What is
I don't think this was the right name.
Pistachio?
He said
Mercedes?
Diamond, but
Diamond.
That
I
don't,
knew it was
but
Diamond.
I don't think that's the one.
That's what black
not the
people do.
one.
They name dogs objects, or like they have like stripper names or like rapper names. You know what I'm saying? So that feels about right. Diamond.
No, it's not.
Diamonds.
But I
are
promise y'all,
forever.
I'm gonna have the dog's name
Okay.
when we come back. I'm gonna have the dog's name.
Do you remember what the dog looked like?
Yes.
So you
He
should
was a
say
little
not this.
dog.
Yeah, not that one. This one.
Yeah, that's what I'm telling him now. Like, that ain't the one I'm talking about.
Okay. Well, we're gonna start out. We should just have an over. Matter of fact, if you like this video, whatever you watching on, what platform you watching on, if you go in the comment section, if you get the dog right, I'm gonna give you $100.
Hey, he for real, y'all.
I just, if you can get the name of the dog, there's $100 on it. So we'll see you guys next week. Love you guys, and we'll catch you on the next one.
Was there some? Wait, because I did interrupt you. Was there something else that you were going to say about things that was coming up?
So I'm gonna say I'm used to you interrupting me. I'm used to losing my train of thought when I'm dealing with you in a good way. You're just so awesome. You're so amazing. And
sorry.
I don't know. So that's
Okay.
what social media is for. So yeah.
Okay, cool.
All right, we'll keep you guys informed, and we'll see you on the next one. All right, peace.
Hold on. Am I doing it right? Hold on. Hey.
I didn't know you had a heart. All right. See you guys later.
Thank you guys so much for tuning in to our latest episode, 13.1 of the DK podcast, of the recap for my bestie, Cornell Titus. Shout out to Cornell for giving us his time and his energy. Guys, 13.2 will be available next week. Just a heads up, we will be kicking off our Teen Summit backpack giveaway August 24th, 2025. We hope to see you out there. Be on the lookout for all the information coming up on the website. Have a good week, and we'll see you later.